What's going on, Mother Truckers? Man, people have been asking me what the heck happens if you accidentally run a way station. And so we got the Rusty Cracker on the show. He had his shorts. I reached out to him because he had this exact situation happen to him. And so, Mother Truckers, I'm pitting down his links in descriptions and in comments. Make sure you follow this man. He shows his loads. He shows everything. He shows the real. And this is going to be a great podcast segment. So let's get into today's video.
Oof. Oof, boys. Oof. Much oof. There was a way station there, though. So much oof. But I do got an excuse. And hopefully it flies, but I don't know. The ramp was full. Didn't want to cause an accident. Didn't want to get on. I didn't know you're supposed to like get on the side and then I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. Ticket. Alrighty, officers have left and they gave me my ticket. Or is it a ticket? It is failure to obey a traffic control device. They gave me a warning this time. It still goes to the company records though, so it does put the score down, the safety score of the company down a little bit. It's not that big of a deal. You have to be really nice to the officers to get something like this and have a good excuse, I guess, which my excuse was pretty great. Yeah, it is what it is.
You know, when you messaged me and said, you know, I usually don't show my face, but maybe I'll hide it with some sunglasses.
And it's dark outside, so I look ridiculous, I know, but it is what
Hey,
it
no,
is.
honestly, it's better that way, to be honest, because, you know, social media is this weird thing, brother. You know, when you share your opinions and stuff, and you can always kind of tell what people look like by their eyes. So I can't see your eyes right now. So, you know what I mean? So I got no clue who you are, man. But now, you know,
No, I try not to show my face, but you know, this world, somebody like the videos needs a face. So I try to show my face here and there, but I try to wear shades. I'm not trying to be all open
no,
about
that's
it.
cool. I mean, hey, I've been a fan, man. Yeah, you got great editing. You know, you got great thumbnails, man. I need some of that. I need some of that.
Well, I got good friends overseas. How about that?
Yeah, you know, the right people in the right places, right? Ah, man. No,
Yeah.
it's good, you know, for people that don't know who you are, you know, that 1% that haven't seen you on social media. I mean, you mind shouting out, you know, your social medias?
Well, it's the Rusty Cracker on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I have a TikTok, but I'm trying to stay away from that. It's getting banned anyways, right? But it's never gonna happen, right? But it might. Yeah, just the Rusty Cracker. I mean, check me out. I only post twice a month on YouTube, but it's mainly like good video.
No, that's legit. You know, I'll put links down below, you know, and I reached out to you because, you know, I had a couple drivers go, Alex, what happens if you run a scale accidentally or something like that? And to be honest, when I was a van lines mover for North American Van Lines, I was in California and I was in the Bay Area, and I just exited onto a ramp and I missed the scale myself. And then what did my dumb butt do? I actually drove back and told them that I missed it. Right, brand
Oh, you
new.
actually did that?
I mean, I was an idiot. And you know what they said? Man, he cussed me out. He was like, "You
Yeah.
idiot," you know, and he was like, "You'll know because we'll chase you down."
Mm. Well,
Man, and so, you know, so people are kind of feared from that. And I saw that little shorts reels that you did. So, you know, can you inform people what exactly can happen if you run a scale? Is it the end of your CDL life? What
well,
is it?
if you Google right now, what happens if you bypass a open weight station scale, whatever, however you phrase it, man, you'll get some comedies on there. I mean, you get some forums pulled up. You'll go to 10 years in prison. You'll go to this. They'll give you a $10,000 fine, like all this insanity. The world's already insane. And then they've also published that kind of stuff. But in my situation, I bypassed an open scale. I did have a pre-pass. Pre-pass was off. Sometimes when you have a pre-pass, it's off, and sometimes you have a pre-pass and then it blinks red, which you have to pull in. It doesn't matter if it's a backup or whatever. In my case, my pre-pass was off. There was a line onto the highway. It was a 3-lane highway from Miami, and it was packed out. and I was on the right lane, and right when I seen the red lights and everybody was slowing down to about 5 miles per hour, there's no way I'm gonna be sitting there and waiting for somebody to rear-end me. So I obviously take the left middle lane and hammer down. Obviously, there was about 15 to 17 state troopers sitting right there waiting for me, and boom goes the dynamite. But I mean, it is what it is. You have to be straightforward with the officers. They have a job to do. I have huge respect for police officers, for our law enforcement, for the military, and whoever watches my channel knows that I didn't do this on purpose. And if I did, then you can think whatever you want. But I got off with a warning, which I obviously told the truth. I was like, of course, I didn't want to bypass, but I went to the middle lane when I seen it was completely full, and he did a quick walk around of my truck, and I guess he gave me a warning. But you guys have to understand, a warning is not good. It's still not good. I'd rather have a citation so I can fight it. But in this case, he was like, "Oh, here's a warning. This doesn't go against your license. But it still goes against what? It goes against the credit score of the company. So it's still bad. And the worst, if anybody's watching this video and you want to know what is the worst that could actually happen, it's a ticket. And I do explain on my short video that it is a ticket for not following pretty much the lighted signs. I forgot exactly what it was on my video, but it does state that on ticket. And it's about $150, $250. It depends what state. But if you are a repeat offender, then they're going to see that, especially if you run a scale, they catch you once in Florida, you run a scale a couple months later, they catch you again in Florida, and they see that you're a repeat offender. I don't know. I don't know what the consequences is, but yeah,
It might be that
it
BS
could be pretty
that they're
high.
talking about,
Yeah,
right?
it could be pretty high after that. So at your own risk, I guess.
No, no, I appreciate that. Where do you see trucking at now? If someone wants to get in trucking, do you tell them be a company driver, stay the heck away from it? I mean, what are your thoughts as of right now?
My thoughts are going to be a little different than everybody else's, I think. I'm an owner op. I own my truck, I own my trailer, and I do my own mechanical work. So if you have all of those 3 pointers down, you can do, for example, your own wheels, your own bearings, your own hub seals, which I can. If you can do literally to the extreme that, and you change rod bearings out of your truck if you have to, just the extreme, you're going to survive anything. You really can. I mean, I've been only driving 2 days a week now for the past year. That's how bad it's been because I don't take cheap rates. People say, well, you still take $2.20. Yeah, I don't consider that cheap rate right now. I consider under $2 with your deadhead cheap rate. So I guess it depends who you are and what you're paying. For example, people who bought $200,000 Cascadias, back in 2022, 2023, they're still paying them off. And for them, if they have a $80,000 drive-in, if they have a $200,000 Cascadia, and they're trying to drive for $2 a mile, yeah, I don't think that's going to work. I mean, I really don't. I don't know where their profit's coming in from, but like I said, it's everybody's business. I think the market's getting worse, actually. You said it's stabilizing, but I think it's getting worse. But hopefully,
Yeah, you're feeling that
yeah.
it's getting worse. Yeah, I feel like we're at the bottom, but again, I mean it's one of those things, right? I talk to everybody and their mama, and they're like it's getting close to the bottom.
Hopefully.
But I mean, let's see how far close it gets. People are saying Q4, others are saying Q1 of next year. I mean, so it's one of those things is almost like can you survive long enough just to stay in business, right? And so it's definitely
I
tough right now.
definitely think Q4. I
It's
definitely
crazy,
think
right?
Q4. Q1 of next year, possibly this year Q4. I think so too. Maybe even fall. But I mean, nobody can predict nothing, right? So